Hey guys, it's Darren Sassienie here. How are you doing? It is episode 11 of Dailydaz. Thank you once again for joining me on my walk and keeping me company. I really appreciate you. So today I wanted to jump on and talk about a question that I get asked a fair bit. And that question is, are you really this happy all the time? And the answer on the whole is yes. I think like most people, my happiness levels get megally boosted in the summer versus the winter. I think if you go out in public in the summer, everyone's more friendly, especially around London. People actually talk to each other. Everyone's in a much better mood versus the winter where it's a bit darker, it's a bit colder. It's a bit harder to get out of bed in the morning. So the answer to the question, are you always this happy, is pretty much yes. And I thought I'd share with you some useful things that I've learned about myself that maybe you can apply in your life to boost your happiness levels too. So I look at happiness as a game. And here's the thing, I don't know about you, but I'm quite competitive, so I like to win. There's a very yappy dog over there. Is it coming this way? Yeah, it is. 1 second. And happiness is one of those things that I've always been really, really interested in, because life is short, and I believe that if we're not happy in our lives, then we're doing something fundamentally wrong, and we need to fix it as soon as possible. Because as a reminder, the odds of you being here right now, watching this with me on this earth, are 1 in 400 trillion. Yep, 1 in 400 trillion. The odds are so against you for being here. So I believe we're all put on this earth to do something amazing. And I think the sooner you can find out what your gift is, what your amazing thing is, the happier you're going to be. And that's how it's tied in. So what I started to do was started to look at, okay, what are the things that make me happier on a daily basis? And here are some things that hopefully you can start to think about and maybe apply to your life. Number 1 is gratitude. So I've just mentioned the odds of you being here. And I think maybe most people don't really think about that. They take it for granted a little bit that they're here, and they don't really think how lucky they are to be here right now with pretty much everything that you need at your fingertips. That may not mean you have it, but it definitely means that it's within reach for you if you want it enough. So I think gratitude is very important. So every day, first thing in the morning, before I get out of bed, I know lots of people have gratitude journals, so if you like to write stuff down, it's a good way of doing that as well. My daughter's just got one, which is pretty cool. It's not the cheapest of journals, but it's really teaching her as an 8-year-old how to be grateful and how to change from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, so that you look at the world in a positive light, so that you see opportunities that are there for you, so that you can improve the life of not only you, but your family as well. So super, super important. Number 1 on my list is to be grateful. First thing I do every single morning. What am I grateful for? A roof over my head. Some people aren't as lucky. Some people live in third world countries. Some people are homeless. You are lucky to have a safe, warm, secure environment. And never forget that. You're also lucky to have food in your fridge, in your cupboards. Again, at your fingertips. Lots of people are starving in the world. You're also lucky to have family, friends people that you can interact with, that can make you laugh, that are there to support you, and when you need them. You're also lucky to have your health. There are always people worse off than you. Sadly, I know about 8 people, I reckon, that have died that are younger than me now. So those people don't have the chance that we've got to wake up every day and live life to the full. So if you can't do it for yourself, do it for all the people that sadly aren't with us anymore, that don't have the chance that you have. Okay, next up is exercise. You have to exercise every day, you have to. I get double exercise, so I do this daily walk. And I also try and do a workout. Occasionally I do it twice a day. Usually I'll do it once a day. And sometimes if I'm feeling a bit sore, I'll have a day off. Generally, I'll work out on top of the walk 5 times a week. And that's really important because it sets you up mentally and physically for the day. Many years ago, I used to work out in the evenings, but it became a lot harder to make excuses towards the end of the day because I was tired. So I like to do it first thing in the morning and really get set up for the day. Next up is spending time with your family. So it's very easy for people to take family for granted these days, especially with mobile phones. Everyone's got stuff to do, everyone's looking, and maybe sometimes you're there but you're not really there. So I always think it's important for me just to make a little bit of time just to enjoy my family. And again, this ties into being grateful. Spending time with your family is important to me on a daily basis. And then it's work time. I have to be productive in a day. If I feel like I've wasted one day, then it puts me in a really bad mood and my happiness levels go down. So that hasn't happened for, I can't even remember when. I have to achieve at least one thing a day to drive our businesses forward. That's a prerequisite. Has to be done, and it's just built into me. And you see, the more that you do these things, they become habit, and you just do them effortlessly without even really thinking about them. And it was only when I sat back on reflection and when talking to other clients that these types of things come up, and you start to put them together a bit like a jigsaw, and you say, okay, what does make me happy on a daily basis? What else makes me happy on a daily basis? Listening to music. I love music. I have a very busy mind, so it's sometimes a bit tricky for me to switch off just because my mind races at 1,000,000 miles an hour about driving businesses forward, about new things that we want to test, about new strategies, things we want to implement. It's just constant, and music really helps me switch off a little bit, and it allows me to focus a little bit better. But it also puts me in a really, really good mood listening to my favorite music every day. So I put my earphones in. It drowns out any distractions, any noises that are going to stop me being laser focused on what I'm doing and what I'm achieving. And I find that really boosts my happiness levels on a daily basis. And the final thing is I have to have helped at least one new person a day. That may be a big task, it may be a small task, it may be explaining something, it may be giving them some advice. It doesn't matter. Life to me is about two things. Number one, being happy. Actually, three things. Number two is about being healthy. That's kind of tied in. And number three is about helping others to make the world a better place. We don't really have to complicate things. I like to keep things super, super simple. That way we don't get overwhelmed, we don't get stressed, we have clarity. And as long as I can do each of those things each day, then I'm super happy. So I hope this has got you thinking today. Maybe some of those things resonate with you. Maybe you want to give some of them or all of them a go. Maybe you've got your own things that make you happy. Maybe you're really into dancing and you've got to dance every single day. Whether it's dancing around the house or practicing a specific type of dance. Whatever it is that makes you happy, just do more of it. Do it on a daily basis. Understand what makes you happy. Really, really cool exercise I did was on reflection. I wrote down what are the things that make me really happy and what are the things that make me sad. What are the things that make me angry? And once you realise what the things are, then it's far easy to avoid them where applicable and bring more of them into your life where applicable. See, this is what a lot of people don't get. You're totally in charge of it. Lots of people think that, oh, you know, whatever happens to me happens. Not really true. I'm going to leave you with a final thought here that's quite profound. Most of life is not what happens to you, but is how you deal with it. Big, big lesson there. Most of life is not what happens to you, but is how you deal with it. Let me know in the comments if this is useful. I really hope it is. Let me know what makes you happy. Let me know what makes you sad. Let me know what you're going to do on the back of this video. And I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow. Again, this is Darren Sassienie, Dailydaz, episode 11. I really appreciate you being here. Big love, happiness, strength, and gratitude. Have an amazing